Hi, this is Marlene. Astrologer Extraordinaire is the name of my channel. I did start it a long time ago, actually 6 years ago. And so it is my intention to get on here and to be contributing in a much more regular fashion. With Mars being retrograde, it may not happen daily. So that is the gist of my conversation. It's kind of hard to really stick to a plan if you have a plan that you've been working on. One of the things I'd like to bring up is, for example, let's just say, what about New Year's resolutions? Did any of you start New Year's resolutions and you've had a really difficult time trying to stay with those resolutions? Don't worry, it's not you. Really tend to call this period a period of fits and starts, because there's going to be a whole lot of starting again, stopping, starting, stopping. Like you probably didn't even get to 5 days in where you said, you know what, I'm not doing any New Year's resolutions this year. I'm over it. I'm done. I guess I'm just, gonna have to be overweight. I guess I'm just not gonna get fit. I guess I'm just not gonna start that new project that I was gonna start. I guess I'm not gonna clean the garage this month. I just wanted to chime in because it's actually quite excessive and quite repetitive. And I mean, you've probably questioned yourself a multitude of times and said, God, what is wrong with me? Wow, I just can't really get going on this. And it's because we just don't have the same physical energy. Now, you can take this a step further. If you know what your rising sign is, you can actually look to see, because Mars is retrograde in Cancer. You can look to see what house that's retrograde for you, and that actually gives you a little bit more detail. And everybody is going to be experiencing a lack of physical energy. You're on an exercise routine, or you have a regular fitness routine that you do, or maybe you just walk around the block every day or something. Just be a little more careful in where you place your foot, your footing. I know this might sound a little bit over the top, but it really isn't. It's very easy at this time to you might step on a small stone and roll and then over the stone and fall down. You might step into a little hole in the ground, a divot. You might not see it and twist your ankle. So the functions in our body don't really move in the same fashion that they normally do. And that's kind of a given, because Mars is the action planet, it's the war planet, it's about getting things done. Maybe your car's actually running sluggish. That could be. A lot of people have issues with their cars at this time. Maybe your battery didn't hold the charge. That's kind of typical of a Mars retrograde thing. Other people I notice are talking about their cars misfiring. Check your engine coils, your ignition coils. Somebody on a channel I was watching a few days ago mentioned that, and I wanted to chime in, hey, stick that little OBD reader in your car and take a look at it, because somebody mentioned, well, where I live, I'm new here, I don't know of any mechanics or any garages. I don't want to get taken, or use one of those OBDs, because they are quite useful for that. And YouTube videos, a lot of people have YouTube videos out there too that can help you troubleshoot, is the word I'm looking for, what's actually wrong. I do a lot of that myself. I actually do work on my cars myself. And not huge jobs, but and I am a technical person that way. I'm not a really good technical person when it comes to computers. Things just change so rapidly today that I don't have the patience for it. Back to the Mars retrograde thing. So anything mechanical is not going to really function in the fashion that it may normally. Any piece of equipment. So be a little more extra careful and conscientious if you're operating any form of equipment. I can't really stress that enough right now. And talking about an exercise plan, fitness, if you've been trying to, get in shape, or maybe that was your New Year's resolution, maybe you even had a chart. Well, let's see, on the first 3 days I was on, and I noticed I didn't get back to my chart till January 6th. I'm looking at it again. Okay, January 9th I contributed. January 10th I did my walk around the block, like that. I'm just giving an example. And you're looking through, and like the 15th, the 20th, the 22nd, you're like, wow, okay, how many days did I really stick to this? I was going to do this every day, get up and do my little routine. Not that I'm trying to give you an out, but, or an excuse, because I've done it myself, and I'm, kicking myself, because I haven't stayed with the routine that I set for myself. And generally, I'm a pretty disciplined person, but the physicality, it just is not there right now. So give yourself a break. Don't try to overdo it. Let's say if you have a 20 or 30 minute routine daily, and you just don't have the oomph, the firepower to stay at it, or you feel like, you're getting worn out half the way through, then just, do 10 minutes. If you can do 10 minutes, even 5 minutes, and sticking to it, it's better than not doing anything at all. Just, it is what it is. Mars retrograde, I mean, I'm right there with it. It's been really frustrating for me, and I know what the hell's going on. So that doesn't mean that I get a break from it either. A lot of people that know me say, oh, well, you're an astrologer, so, isn't it sort of like having a free space? No, not really. It isn't. Yes, it does give me the insights. I do have that advantage. We all have free will. So, we decide what we're going to do, how we're going to approach things, if we want to believe somebody's information, or we don't want to believe it, or we don't want to take it in. But you might want to take a look at how many times you've stopped and started any project that you've been working on. Give yourself a break. Don't be too hard on yourself. No, just stick with it. Baby steps. Take baby steps until February 23rd, and then Mars goes direct, and things should start moving along a little bit better than what they have been. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye.